Ruud Gullit, Marco van Basten, Frank Rijkaard.
Three of the greatest players to ever grace the pitch. Three maestros that would carry game on their own, and together they were unstoppable. They dominated Europe with both club and country, but on the biggest stage of them all, when it mattered the most, they failed. Every World Cup has a favorite, a team everyone expects to lift the trophy. Sometimes they do, sometimes they collapse. These are 5 times football's biggest favorites failed on the world's biggest stage. To start things off, let's go back to the legendary Dutch trio, Gullit, Basten and Rijkaard. At the time, 3 of the best players in not only Europe but in the entire world. With AC Milan, they would secure the Serie A title and later the European Cup. With their national team as well, they would lead Netherlands to win their first and only UEFA Euro Cup up to this date. It was remarkable how they played. For many fans, they were almost invincible. Going into the World Cup 1990, the icons were in their prime. Van Basten had already won 2 consecutive Ballon d'Ors, but Gullit also had bagged one the year prior. They were looking like the biggest threat going into the tournament. But somehow, the Dutch side ended the group stage with 3 draws, managing only 3rd position, barely qualifying for the round of 16, where they would meet West Germany, who would eventually go on to beat them 2-1 in the round of 16. The match itself was quite unusual, as Rijkaard would be shown a red card for constantly spitting on German striker Rudi Völler. For a generation blessed with 2 Ballon d'Or winners, a round of 16 exit wasn't just a disappointment, it was a failure. If football was judged purely on beauty, Brazil 1982 might be the greatest team ever. With the likes of Zico, Socrates, Falcao and Eder, they played football that looked more like art than sport. They swept through the tournament scoring goals for fun and quickly became everyone's favorite to win the world. There was just one problem. Football rewards goals and structure, not pure beauty. Thus Brazil's Samba football would be soon exposed. In the decisive second round match against Italy, despite scoring 2 goals, it wouldn't be enough for them.
It's victory for Italy. They're through to the semi-finals. And Brazil, in a game they only needed to draw, have been beaten twice on level terms after goals from Paolo Rossi were cancelled out firstly by Socrates.
As a hat-trick from Paolo Rossi sent Brazil, arguably the better team, home. Decades later, fans still debate whether Brazil 1982 were the greatest team to never win the World Cup.
And the overwhelming favourites for the tournament are out at the second group stage.
Heading into the 2002 World Cup, Argentina looked unstoppable. They had topped South American qualifying, possessed incredible depth and were ranked highest among the tournament favourites. Gabriel Batistuta, Hernan Crespo, Juan Sebastian Veron, Pablo Aimar. On paper, only few teams could compete with this monstrous lineup. Even if they failed to win the World Cup, everyone would accept them to at least have a deep run no matter what. Well, a shock 1-0 defeat to England and a frustrating 1-1 draw against Sweden resulted in Argentina to be eliminated before even the knockout stages began. A team expected to challenge for the trophy did not even survive the group stage. This might be one of the biggest World Cup disappointments ever. But if Argentina 2002 was shocking, what happened after 4 years later was even harder to explain. Ronaldo Nazario, Ronaldinho, Kaká, Adriano. Whether someone watches football or not, these names are always familiar. Brazil in 2006 might have possessed the most frightening attack in football history. Fans called them the Magic Quartet. Many believed the tournament was already over even before it began. Yet, something never clicked. The team often looked disconnected, relying on individual brilliance rather than collective dominance. This weakness would be brutally exposed when they faced France in the quarterfinals.
It's going to be an all-European semi-final lineup. Final score, Brazil 0, France 1.
It was a 1-0 loss for Brazil, but in reality, France controlled the entire game and demolished them. For a team with so much talent, reaching only the quarterfinals felt like a massive letdown. It's not always that the favorites don't perform at all. Sometimes they do well, but that still does not fill the requirement. France entered the 2022 World Cup carrying two burdens: the pressure of being defending champions and the infamous World Cup champions curse. Yet, despite injuries to several key players, they reached the final. Then came one of the greatest World Cup finals ever played. The underdogs Argentina controlled the entire game. When it looked like it was over for Mbappe, he saved the game in the dying moments by scoring 2 consecutive goals. Later again in the extra time, he would draw the game 3-3 as it would go on to penalties. Mbappe and Messi both scored the first penalty, but following Kingsley Coman and Tchouaméni's penalty misses, that would cost France the title. Unlike many teams on this list, France didn't collapse. They simply lost one of the greatest finals football has ever seen. Football history always remembers the champions, but sometimes the most fascinating stories belong to the teams that don't win. Teams that looked unbeatable, teams that changed the game, teams that had everything except the trophy. Because in the World Cup, being the best team does not guarantee success, and that's exactly what makes this game so much beautiful.